What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Moon Built Garage. With it being monsoon season here in Vegas, trying to get stuff done in the garage has been pretty flippin' miserable. I mean, it's been hot, it's been humid, and the portable swamp cooler that I use to keep things bearable here in the garage has been pretty much useless. But I have been able to get a few things done, so sit back, grab a beer, and I'll show you what I got done this week. So one of the first things I want to get done today is figuring out how to mount the hand controller for my Sniper EFI. So this is the cradle for the mount, and the hand controller just slides in. So, you know, I was sitting in the driver's seat trying to figure out a good spot. I decided I want to use the old ashtray. Now, I don't want to cut this thing up, so I started looking at trying to figure out how I can maybe mount this thing in there. So, took some cardboard and just started playing around, you know, kind of laying it on there. I know I wanted it flat across the front, flush with the front of the ashtray here. So I got that. If I bend it around, then I can close that up. And then that I can probably just rivet to the side of the ashtray. And then that'll give me a flat face to mount the hand controller to. So now I got a pattern made out of cardboard. I can transfer that over to some sheet metal and get it cut out. With the basic shape cut out, I can now start bending it up. All right, so version 1.0 didn't work. A couple reasons. First, it's too tall in the front. It doesn't allow the ashtray to mount correctly with this installed. Also, I can't use pop rivets. With a top piece here, and with how tall this is, if I ever need to get the ashtray out, I won't be able to reach in to release it. So I need to make this part removable. So, version 2.0. This is just double-sided tape for the mount for the hand controller. It's a lot smaller, much simpler build, and it's just going to mount with a couple of sheet metal screws. So let's get it in the truck and I'll show you what it looks like. And there is the Sniper EFI hand controller installed. Now it's real simple. Like I said, I still got to address the wire in, but what I like about this is it doesn't stand out. I mean, I still got to paint the side. I'm still going to give it a coat, probably just some flat black, and I think the whole thing will just disappear. But what I like about this is I still have access to my cigarette lighter that I can plug a USB charger in, whatever I want to do. So right there, it's convenient, but it's out of the way. The next thing I want to get done is I think I've got an exhaust leak. Haven't had the exhaust on and off a few times recently doing, you know, transmission work. I think the gasket that goes between the collector and the exhaust pipe, I think it's just gotten worn out. So I picked up some new gaskets, and these are actually a little bit different. These are more metallic than the ones that are in there now. I'll leave a link to them down below. I have a 2.5-inch exhaust, but I believe they offer these in a couple of different sizes, 2, 2.5, 3, I believe. I'll leave a link. Check them out, but I'm going to swap these out. Really should have jacked up the truck a little bit. Ow. Uh-oh. Yep, I'm gonna have to go in from the other side. Never easy trying to get in here. Always fun trying to figure out the right angle. There we go. I may need an extension for that one. Yep. Yep, definitely should have jacked the truck up. It's a little tight. Not much slack in the exhaust movement here. In case you've never tried this before, wrap a ratchet strap around your pipe. I'm just going across the cross pipe here. Then I'm gonna run it back somewhere where I can attach the other end. Back like, oh, that cross member back there will work. Hook it on. Take up the slack. Then I'll use the ratchet strap. Get in there and get that gasket out. Yeah. Yep. Come on. There we go. She's out. All right. Whew. Warm in here. So there's the old one. This is like a, I'm not sure what this is made out of. It's definitely more of a softer material. Pretty worn out. And this is on the floor. This is the new one going in, and here they are. There you can see. This one is definitely kind of worn out. I don't really see any signs of any exhaust leak. You know, but I'm gonna replace it. It's nice and cool down here on the floor. I think, man, I think it might be time for a nap down here. Woo. You know, with the way the weather's been here in Vegas lately, I mean, this is monsoon season, so it has been wet, humid. So the swamp cooler that I got running that you could probably hear in the background isn't really doing a whole hell of a lot. But laying here on the floor, it's the floor is nice and cool. There's a breeze blowing from that fan, from the swamp cooler. Yeah, I think this might be nap time here. I don't know. That, and my wife comes in the garage, she'll think I'm under here working. I could just be snoozing. That's pretty tempting right there. Got the 3 bolts lined up. Everything's started. I can release that ratchet strap. There we go. Exhaust is back in place. Everything's lined up. And that should be that. So if you've been following the build of the D100, you'll know that I got a 46RH 4-speed automatic transmission out of a 91 Ram Charger and installed it behind my 417 stroker. Ever since then, that transmission's been running really warm. So I made a few changes that will hopefully fix that issue. When I originally kind of started putting this whole build together, I had installed a fluid thermostat right inside the frame rail, right next to the power steering pump there. There you can see the 2 transmission lines, the blue and the black one. There used to be a fluid thermostat there. As a matter of fact, it's right there. Now that thermostat is set to open at 185, but I'm afraid that may have been maybe a little too restrictive and was allowing the transmission to get too warm before it started sending fluid to the cooler that I have here in front of the radiator. So I decided to take that out, but I'm also going to go ahead and incorporate the trans line going into the radiator. So I'm waiting on some fittings, but I started doing that. And I also made a run to the pic-a-part yesterday, and I picked up a larger fluid cooler. So I'm getting this installed, and hopefully having a larger cooler here along with the fluid going through the radiator will help with my transmission temp problems. Now, while I was at the pic-a-part, I actually happened upon a mid-80s D150 that I was able to poke around in, and I actually got myself some new glass. So the rear glass that I have installed right now, the sliding window, there was never a seal or a latch between the pieces, between the center part that opens. So I had put some rubber fuel line there just to kind of help seal the window. But this, again, there's no way to keep that window closed, and that doesn't seal real well. So I actually got my hands on a whole back window from the pic-a-part. Feel pretty fortunate on that one. It's already tinted, which is a plus. It's got the latch, seals real well, and I got the gasket that goes along with it all in one shot. So I still got to clean that thing up, and that'll be going in there at some point. So that will be going there. Also, I'm going to be starting some work on the interior. I did a video a while back where I refurbished the gauge cluster and the glove box door, kind of reworked all those, got rid of a lot of the cracked vinyl and everything. And while they turned out pretty well, I want something different. I want more of a custom touch on the interior. I still got to work on the center console. That's been about a third of the way done for the last 2 years or so, whatever. So I'm going to be getting finally to doing some work on the interior, hopefully once the temperatures start to cooperate here in Vegas a little bit more. But I have some plans for that I'm really going to try to improve, hopefully, my sheet metal skills. I think I want to build the center console and use a lot of sheet metal on it. We'll see. I have some ideas, some things I want to try out. So it should be interesting. That's one way to put it. Interesting. So hopefully you guys will follow along once I get rolling on all that too. That's really about it, guys. Real slow week here in the garage. Like I said, just with the monsoon season, the heat, the humidity, being out here has been miserable. But I appreciate you guys for watching. Hit that subscribe, hit the bell, and I'll see you on the next one.